Welcome aboard today's Market Intel Brief. Matthew Buckley, call sign Whiz, the founder and CEO here at TOPGUN Options. Hopefully everybody had a relaxing and reflective Memorial Day. I love this quote from General Patton. It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God that such men lived. Now, obviously, if General Patton were around today, he'd add women to that and 15 years of flying fighters. I lost 16 buddies. And I've lost 4 to suicide hell. These 8 people I lost during my first workups on board the Abraham Lincoln. That was pretty brutal. So, and you know, it's interesting because people are like, oh, don't say Happy Memorial Day. Man, I get it. If you said that, no worries on my end, because all the folks that I know who've transitioned, there's no such thing as death. We only transition to a higher level of consciousness. They would not want you sad on Memorial Day. They fought, they died, many died in training or mishaps, and they'd want you to press on and put a smile on your face. They died for the very freedoms that we celebrate. So yeah, so hopefully you had a good Memorial Day. I did a donor flight yesterday morning. That was awesome. Right at sunrise. Me and my buddy Scott Farnsworth, we threw I think he's a plastic surgeon down here in South Florida, and he's a business owner, and we had a great donor flight. I'm actually heading out to Aspen, Thursday morning, and doing some donor flights over the weekend. So reach out if you're interested in potentially our Flight for Life through the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. All right, now let's get to it. The rally will continue until the shorts get destroyed. Look at this rally, man. Look at that. That's 2 months, right? Well, let me give you a better chart. What's that? 6 months? There's 6 months. Look at the 9 month, man. Here's the Operation Epic Fury bottom, and then here's this rip your face off rally. We've gone up, hover, up, hover, up, hover, up, hover, up, hover. Oh no, we're gonna implode. Nope. we didn't even get down to that 20-day moving average. That's just didn't even kiss it. We had a little bit of a MACD touchdown here, but we are heading higher, folks. Last night, spent a lot of time working on 2 reports that I dropped today for our members. Well, I dropped one last night and then the second one this morning. This is our Bullish on America trade, updated with everything going on, Memorial Day update with the Iran potential deal and everything like that. This is, 12 pages, man, with our 2 Bullish on America trades. We looked at that today in our joint live trade brief, man. These things, I'm going to show you that in a second. And also our AI super cycle report. This is a 16-page report with the 10 names we're targeting in our AI portfolio. Man, they are looking good. They are printing money. Broadcom. Look at some of these positions. These are recent positions too. Let me group these together. There's Bloom Energy. We put this on 2 weeks ago. 39%, $2,700. Broadcom crushing it. 40%, $3,700 in about a month. We're having a blast in our solo AI model portfolio. But to get access to both these type of proprietary reports, folks, you have to be in our tactical trade alert service. This just launched publicly last Wednesday night. But it's launched internally for my members for a while here. You can head to our homepage and click under Trade Groups, Tactical Alerts. It's only $97 a month. That's a really bad bottle of wine. Or you get $970. You get, if you do the annual, and it's 2 months included. We did an NVIDIA, an earnings iron condor last week that made $1,200. I sent out a report on it, 4 or 5 page earnings report on NVIDIA. Here's the recommended trade. Iron Condor, $1,200. I paid for a year and 2-3 months of the tactical trade alert service. So go grab your membership today and get access to all these Gucci reports, man. They're right here in our tactical trade reports thread. There you go. The super cycle report just posted right there. And then the Bullish on the Market. Let me show you what the member area looks like real quick. Right here, tactical alerts. And this is what it looks like. You just kind of, view the reports, and it's right here. Boom. There you go. You can mark it as viewed if you want, but the report's over here on the right. You see where it says attached file, super cycle report? You just click on that. This paragraph in here tells you what's changed between this report and the last one. Okay, we gotta talk, man. We're not good. We're not in a good place right now. I just saw on the news that the president has summoned the entire cabinet, not just SecDef or Sec State or Sec War, sorry, Secretary of War, Secretary of State, the Vice President type of thing, every cabinet member to Camp David. Because I got to tell you, man, and obviously, reports were leaking out about what this deal looks like, Mr. President. When you watch this video, because I know you're a regular viewer of this stuff, finish it. Enough. Whether it was Bush, Obama, Biden, finish it. The number one complaint from a veteran like me is we weren't allowed to finish the job. I mean, we had this Wall Street Journal report really takes him to task, and I could not agree more. We had 38 days of war and 47 days of a ceasefire. This is he's caving. Why did these 13 incredible Americans sacrifice their lives for them to keep their nukes, and now Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz? Maybe that's what the cabinet meeting's about. Like, you know what? I'm going to go full, crazy on this and just finish it, Mr. President. We already broke the ceasefire. Bandar Abbas. I've sailed past. I've gone through the Strait of Hormuz 4 times, folks. In, out, in, out. Abraham Lincoln, Kitty Hawk. I know this area. I've flown combat sorties over this area. So we attacked some mine-laying ships that were poking their heads up and some missile emplacements. Finish it. Finish it. I don't care about gas prices, man. I care about a radical Islamic regime who screams death to America, getting nukes to kill as many of us as physically possible. So I agree with the Wall Street Journal. I think a great op-ed about, hey, man, finish it. It sounds like, we're going to be worse off than when this started. So if he's worried about, you're going to get shellacked in the midterms anyway, man. You ain't going to buck history. You gotta finish it. And I'm not happy with that right now. So there you go. There's Bandar Abbas right there, and they're threatening they're going to retaliate now. Let's go. Let's go. I've had it with this. Investors just can't get enough of stocks these days. War, inflation, and worries about the AI boom haven't kept stocks from record highs. Let me, and here's what's interesting. And I've showed this chart a couple times. Well, look at this headline. When the stock market has never been so good, when the people haven't felt so bad. Stocks are partying like it's 1999, and Americans have been this gloomy in 70 years. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not rocket surgery. The world changed. The United States, but definitely the world. You see this right here? There's the dot-com boom. This is this century. Here's the dot-com boom. Oh my God, we're all going to die. We didn't. Global financial crisis, man. 2008, I was there. I was at ground zero. I was in the Chicago Board of Trade, the Chicago Board Options Exchange. Then what happened? George Bush, the cokehead, not the naval aviator, sitting in the Oval Office, playing solitaire when Paulson, former Goldman Sachs, heavy at Goldman Sachs, he's the Treasury Secretary. Mr. President, we have to jump in to save Wall Street, or, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Really? So Ben Bernanke, the Federal Reserve chief at the time, jumped in and bailed out Wall Street. Absolute miserable failure. If you remember, you probably, or some of you might have been, I ran the Options News Network. I started a financial media company. We shot on the floor of the SIBO and the CBOT. And I called it at the time. I'm like, don't do this. Do not do this. Not everybody gets a trophy. Things have to be able to fail. If you jump into safe capitalism, it's over with. I nailed it. What is the trend, ladies and gentlemen? And I used to, I'd bring a change of clothes. I had to sneak through the Occupy Wall Street protesters that surrounded the SIBO and the CBOT. I had to dress like them. Yeah, power to the people. And then get inside and put on, normal clothes. But in hindsight, and maybe not even in hindsight, at the time I knew they were right. Who the hell? Hank Greenberg, he ran AIG. AIG was one of the number one reasons for the global financial crisis. Hank Greenberg should have been in jail. I think he's transitioned, but who was held accountable? Nobody. Anyway, here's what I'm ranting about. What happened since the Fed jumped into safe capitalism here? We haven't looked back. As a matter of fact, whether it's the scandemic, COVID, or the Biden bear market of 9.1% inflation, the Trump tariff thing, the Fed, if you overlaid, maybe that's the next chart I'll show you, if you overlay the Fed's printing money out of thin air, and their balance sheet on top of this chart, it's it. So, and this might not sit well with you, but let me explain something. The worse the economy gets, you ready? The better the stock market will do. What? If you don't get that, you're living in 2007 and before. The crappier things get, the Fed, the government, the Treasury is going to be like, oh no, we can't let things fail, and jump in to save it. I don't agree with it. I think it's awful. And I think, if or when everybody says, you know what, that's not going to work anymore, we fully implode, I'll be even richer. I will pound the market into the dirt like I did in the COVID crash. Wrote a book about it, COVID crash from panic to profit. So I don't mind a good implosion. I'll pound it into the dirt and make money. But this explains it, folks. A lot of Americans are getting hammered right now, and they're shrugging like, why does the market keep going up? It's going up. It's a MacGyver. Right? That's how old I am. I used to love watching MacGyver. This market's being held up by a paper clip, a rubber band, and chewing gum. I get it. But you cannot, it's a Whizism. It's a Wall Streetism. You can't fight the Fed. Don't fight the Fed. So until something absolutely horrific happens, we're heading higher. You want to speak about something horrific happening? One of the guys who built Anthropic, he's the co-founder, he went to the Vatican. And he said to the Pope in a room full of cardinals, we're finding mysterious and even unsettling things in the AI models. We didn't program these things, but they have emotional concepts in their neural networks. Joy, grief, fear, desperation, calm. They emerged on their own from training on human text. Whoa. The guy built this thing. He's asking an organization from 2,000 years ago, help me figure this out. Did you see what the Pope said? Pope Leo compares the AI threat to the biblical Tower of Babel. The head of the Catholic Church is again adding his moral suasion to a growing backlash against the impact of artificial intelligence. Man, I'm a kid of the 80s. I watched that movie, man. We are in trouble. AI is going to destroy tens, millions, hundreds of millions of jobs around the planet and ultimately will kill all of us, I guarantee you. But guess what? I'm going to make money as we go up, and then I'm going to make money as we go down as well. You can read all about that. I got the Pope stuff in here, all the critical news in this new AI infrastructure super cycle report. All 10 names, all the news, recent, my price targets, 12 and 24 month, all sorts of stuff, man. This is, and again, the Bullish on America report, the AI report, these are probably $4,000 or $5,000 products each. When I was in Chicago, that's what we would be charging other funds and institutional places and banks. So, man, it's a steal at $97 a month. TopGunOptions.com/tactical-alerts. Man, I have an ejection seat, right? When I'm flying yesterday with a couple donors, I had a parachute, man. I will always be able to make money up, down, or sideways. Can you? And I sent this email out the other day, Mr. Wonderful, like 90% can't outperform the S&P 500. And check your email the other day if you didn't see it. I show my 1 year or 3 months, year to date, 6. I show, man, I can't believe people even talk like that. I have been crushing the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. I don't even talk about the Dow. That's a rounding error. I have been doing it for years. Mr. Wonderful, maybe you should come and join Top Gun Options here because that's a joke. Check your email if you didn't read that one from the other day. Okay, I got to get going. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Namaste and basi basi. Whiz out.